Hey everyone, Michael here, the founder of SlashDev, and today I just want to give you some super quick tips on how to screen developers for their technical skill. So, understanding technical skill is something that's very hard to teach those who are non-technical, but I hope that today I can just give you a few key tips so that even if you're a non-technical founder, you can implement some of these tips to really be able to screen and understand if your development team, the developers that you hire, are up to par. So, number one, it's important to remember there are different types of developers. There are developers who are very good at testing and will score very well on coding challenges that you give them. There are developers who will tank them. And both types of those developers, one of them could produce an excellent website, and one of them might totally flake out and not finish it. And so, just because a developer is super skilled in coding challenges, uh, just has a high IQ, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're a great development partner for your project. And so this is important to remember because some of the best developers we see are just very determined problem solvers, and they just have excellent experience in building websites. They might not be the best at solving a coding challenge, but they've built 20 front ends, 20 APIs, 20 mobile apps, whatever it might be. And so it's very important to remember that. And I would say work experience tells you a lot. It does not tell you everything, but if someone has worked for top companies, you know they've been around other skilled engineers. If they worked there for a reasonable amount of time, you know they at least gained the respect of those engineers and were able to produce and keep that job. And if they've done multiple really interesting projects, they've worked with several startups, built some really cool websites, some cool backends, then it starts to really paint a good picture for what type of professional this engineer is, and that they have that technical ability to build a beautiful front end, to build a highly dynamic back end, whatever it might be. And so work experience does truly tell you a lot. And then I would say always make sure that you are testing. This is something many smaller companies don't do. They just interview developers and they look for the one that they get the best feeling with, but they're not testing. They're not asking the hard questions about the framework or library that their code's going to be written in. They're not asking how this developer is going to write their code in a clean and maintainable way. They're not asking how they test their code. They're not asking these hard questions and really testing the developer to see if they are that top 1%. And so what we do at SlashDev is we're really only looking for the top 1% or less of developers. And when you're looking for those all-stars, they really stand out. And a top engineer is 10 times more valuable, if not more, than an average engineer. And so it really makes a huge difference to test and to find those professionals who stand out across the board. And so, yeah, I hope those were some quick tips that help you with screening developers for technical skills. There are lots of tests that you can find and interview questions that you can find to help you with doing this. And at the end of the day, projects and work experience will tell you a lot. And the very best way, of course, to know if someone can produce is to just start working with them and see how the project goes. And you'll quickly see if this person is a good partner for you or not. So, thank you for the time and have a good one.